Hello everyone, welcome back to new week of trading. I apologize if I didn't do a video sooner than last weekend. I did return actually on Sunday to London, and it wasn't really enough time to do a video for you guys, so sorry for that. About the market, as I did lift a comment on my last video, I mentioned that expecting some pullback on pound bears because of that huge move over 2 weeks period of time. Like last couple of weeks did move really well. Estimated between 850 to 1000 pip up move. It was a surprise move, as I did mention before. It's going to be taken by surprise because it was driving pound currency. It's the news of Brexit, and it's dominated by Brexit outcome. So okay, so I'm gonna start with gold. I'm looking at the daily at the moment, and just look at the weekly, where we're standing on the weekly time frames. And I did mention that this pattern is really cool and looks like it's returning. It didn't touch the 61% of the big move on weekly, and looks like it's gonna go down from here. And I did mention that we looking up for high lows. So if we break it down to the daily, you can see that that's the high since September, 4th of September. As you can see, the day 4th of September, and just keep going down, make a swing low, then a swing high, then come back down again, swing lower low than the previous low, as you can see. Make a swing high, but didn't really make a swing low here. It just kind of rejected here, try to go up, pick back down again, try to go up again. A couple of days, 1 time and a half, it didn't really break that high. We pushed back down, and it's kind of like sideways at the moment. So it's like it's doing like this. Okay, uncertainty in one place. So I'm consolidating in this area. However, Friday it did break that high by a few pips really, but it didn't really close above it, or it didn't stay in that range I have here in this area here. It didn't really stay there, so I take that as a rejection, but not straight away. I know nothing by the letter in Forex, so whatever you see, you need to confirm it. So on the daily, you can see that is very big, nice rejection area here. If I just hide everything away, you can see it like a pin bar, really strong rejection. Dollar getting strong just really quick, and just to push the price all the way down from the opening. It did actually go all the way down here during the day, come back up, play a little bit here, and close above the opening, which is telling you from a price action perspective the power of the bulls is just take 1, 2, 3, 4 days, but they start taking profit here. I assume a special area, all this area here is high, all the spikes here, they're not gonna cross the weekend leaving their profits, so they take it all. That's what I assume. But it's powerful pattern. As you can see, we didn't make a new low, and we pushed up here, and we pushed all the way down. So I expect it Monday it will push higher. Okay, the reason why, because if we calculate this high, swing low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and it's still inside this range actually. So that range is still in play. So what I'm expecting after this big move down here and push back down, I expect it to come back up here again, possibly 50-60%. And if really gold need to be pushing, you need to break that high up to here and stay above it, and try to make a higher than this swing high. So we'll be looking after that from here to here. You know, I need this to be broken. I need this to be broken. It's gonna be like come back, for example, just come back up here, come back, do this, and break higher, and come back and break higher, come back and break higher, and come back, and start to make this higher high, then higher low. That's going to be high low, and we'll continue up high high. I'm looking at the daily. Okay, that could take 3 to 4 weeks upcoming. NFP this week, the 1st of November. So I expect the gold will show some direction to go back to break this high, which is at about $1,524, $1,524. If we close above, I say, if we started to test the $1,535, that's mean we could see some kind of move up. However, if we see that it's been rejected at this price, which is the last swing high, then the higher all-time high, I think, is not all-time high, but of this year, that's the highest of the year, which is about $1,557. That's the previous swing high, and if we try to test it and we close above it, that's mean we can really go up to 1,600. So just bear in mind that don't try to assume the market where it's gonna go. Don't take my word for it. You can just come 50% here and continue its way down. Okay, because it didn't really make any price action to tell you where high probability will go. You can do this. Okay, you got two outcomes. You go up or down, or just start to play in that range again here. Okay, there's no guarantee what is gonna do exactly what I'm saying, but high probability is the price action is the best indicator is to break new ground and stay in control of this ground. If you stay in control of this ground, you lift this range. Now you're looking to go higher. As an example, that's an example here. Okay, if we look to that example down here, okay, just get it back there. That's that range start 25 June. As you can see, it's a range. Okay, that's the highs, that's the low of the range. How long it stayed that for? Let's see how many days quickly. Stay on that range by the broken days by 29, about a month. 29 bars, but it says here, well, we look at the daily to the 5th of August. Okay, sorry guys, it says here, it says 41 days. Stay 41 days on that range before you break it. So like a month and a half, more than that, about a month and a half, yeah, month and a half ish. So you see that price action here is very clear. It's make a high point, lower high, then start to make inside that candle. So we are inside the previous high, so we're still inside there, and as soon as we have some kind of confirmation here, we didn't really break that low. So if we look down here, look, it stayed above that, so you should mark this. So for example, okay, that's the high, that's the low, and lower high, sideways, swinging on a daily. You need to look on a daily every single day. See where we're standing. Just to broke it, just to broke the high here, trigger everyone that breakout traders and pull down. About 70, about 100%, about I would say 61% of this low to that high. If you measure it, you see about around this area, and you really buy the pip, stop to here, and it took off from here. Okay, it's like train coming to the bus, train coming to the station. It's been there for like a few hours, then after that time to take off, and you can see that just took off from here, leave the station, and continue to another area to consolidate. Okay, very clearly you can see that. So let's see, exactly the same here, but this is kind of like wages. So we kind of like, okay, we come to make a new low, we couldn't make a new low, we come back up here, we challenge that previous high, swing high. Let me just distribute everything. Okay, here we go, one high, low high, lower low, then sideways. Sideways exactly the same as the previous sideways you did here. So It's very clear. You can just draw a box here, the previous high. If you broke it, I will test it, see how that day will react. If you come here and swing down, see where is the previous low, and try to see where it's gonna stop and do U-turn, or we could actually break that low here and continue down. What happens if we continue down? We continue down. I expect it to come down to that low here, which is 1380. I expect it to go lower than that if we see dollar strength. So, or it's gonna do like this, and like exactly like here. This is a small scale. It's like sleeping. Gold was sleeping down here until we have some kind of uncertainty in the market and safe haven, and everyone starts jumping gold, and you can see that really big player jumped in, and after that the player probably took some profit around this area, and they see where market is gonna go. So that's where everything is just quiet. Everyone forget about gold, I guess. Then after that took off from here. You just take a break and continue up, and now it's look like a lot of profits been taken from this area. So this price action is very important to understand what we're doing, how much moved, how much pulled back, and where we're going, and the condition of the day by day candle, what the candle does and all stuff. As you can see that here trend line broke, and we broke the second trend line here. That's like the line in the sand. It is broke it as well. I'll come back to it. So we inside that trend still. It's not really confirmed. We could say a breakout, fake breakout, but it could be just Friday mode. So that could be Friday profit taken from this big move, and we'll come back down here. Maybe we're gonna try to break it higher. It's all up to what's happening next. Okay, but if we draw the range and we kind of test the ceiling of that box and we break that high, then yeah, we're talking about the retesting of this high, retesting of the previous high, then we're probably gonna break out and continue all the way up to the next level of interest. So the next level of interest is gonna be like, we look at the monthly, and we are probably gonna test the 61% up to 76%, 78%, if uncertainty in the market, but I doubt it. Why? Because we are going to general the election, 2020 election, and that's very common. Every election, the stock booming because Trump wants the stock to be strong so he can win the election. So before that, if you follow Trump tweets, you can read his coding in the tweets. Before the election time, the gold was like, as you can see, the stock, it was risk off. Now it's gonna risk on back, so I expect it to come down to play on this range again. So it's gonna play between that. Normally on Fibonacci trader, they normally 38%. That's where we can do U-turn and continue up. We just draw that for future. You could just come back here and continue up. Do this, do that. So, or it could do the opposite. Okay, so it could just keep going, do the test, and go down to 23%. But I expect 23% it will hold here. Is quite strong number and price. As you can see here, some support coming in, but not strong. But you got this. Look on a bigger picture. That's a high, lower high, lower low. Well, we will see. We will see how it go. But that's really like 2-3 years of data to come in. We only look into the daily and intradays and weekly view. So that's actually monthly, guys. Sorry, I just went too far. But if risk on, gold will go down. Not rapidly, not like yen. It will go. It depends how risk on exactly. Everything is really crazy booming. but I doubt it, because I know that Trump could just trigger war right before the election. That's my view. He can trigger war right before election. We'll find gold up here, really, like 17.2k, $2,000. He can break the previous high up to $2,000. Yeah, very much. If we go to war, if US involved in a war coming up before election, that could be gold flying. So because risk off the stock market, money fly back to gold. Okay, as you can see, I think this pattern is called butterfly or something, maybe up to this area here, and we'll do U-turn. We'll see. Anyway, let's just move on to the next. I skipped silver. No, now I'm not ready for silver yet. It is exactly like gold. It does most of the stuff like gold. It does move close to gold. No exact price action. As you can see, that is actually hold a little bit, but if we count the bips and the price difference, the previous day, the previous 2 days was low. So the go, so I can tell you, just like 59 pips, really. So since the beginning of the week up to Friday, up to like 86 pips, 89. It's not worth it to trade it, only for long term. It's like, okay, if I wanted to long it, see that range really broke, I'm looking for retest of this high here. If I just turn another one, a retest of this area, the breakout. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Here, we broke that previous swing. That was a low. Come back up here, broke that low, and we broke that last high. Okay, on the daily time frame. So come back down here, retesting. That's a good opportunity. That's a discount. That's a discount for this area for silver. That's like we went really high here, then we come back higher high, higher low, higher than this low. Then after that higher high, all this area will count as like a resistance area, and we do that. We broke, come back retest, and fill the retest, and we broke the previous high. That's when you long again. You come back down, retest. That's a discount, and we go for the high, and so on and so forth. So just want to get this. Yeah, it's price action, purely price action for days. So if you are a margin player, I recommend that don't trade this silver on margin, because you're gonna lose a lot of swaps unless it's positive. I don't know, I haven't traded myself, but purely price action, stock price action. Impulsive wave really strong, come back, profit taken, probably is gonna go up again one more time. Okay, next, pound. I did clear my chart a little bit. I was playing with it over the week, over my holidays. I had some spare time to play with the market. When you are a trader, you will never forget about the market. It is always in your head. So I did just overall view on pound USD, and that's the point of breaking out or go high or go low, the blue lines. And I did a lot of I did analyze the pair itself very well over my holidays. So where we are now, as we spoke last time, that's the interesting area to invest. Wave 2, wave 3, very strong impulsive wave, and I did mention that it's gonna take all this area by surprise, but it's gonna eventually come back down. Is purely Brexit headlines. It's nothing about economy or anything, because it's they assume that the pound will be in a good status in economic ways, because if we have a good deal, then we will have a good outcome. Okay, so as you can see here, it did break the last trend line finally. That's the big one, as I mentioned last time. Now is in a pullback mode. Why I stopped here? For so many reasons. Because Brexit, it didn't keep going, the Brexit news, and is obviously any fundamental, it's fulfilling the technical. If I'm a bank and I say, okay, we have a positive news, we have a good price action, I'm gonna buy here, however, no matter what, I will exit at this area. We'll just monitor the news. So when they monitor the news, there's no any extra news coming up, and they start to exit their position slowly and surely here. So I expect bound to come down. I'm not going to talk too much about this, just let's focus on the technical way. That's the trend line, probably is going to be tested. So on Friday we coming back retest this, and we kind of like jumped and we test again, and the jump is really on Friday smaller. Okay, that's mean the interest of buying on pound is not good anymore as much as here. You can see indecision candle, bearish, halfway bullish, and after that try to continue but actually break lower, and the Friday kind of play inside the wick. So that's mean it's really become weaker and not very weak to crash, but there's no buying. If it's become available to buy, the investor don't want to invest now. It's not the right time. They need more discount. So when the bound come down to test this trend line, it will pull up a little bit. Eventually it will come down here with time. How long it could take? Up to November, I don't know. We have a few days left. We have 4 days left to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably come back test this area, make another pullback to make kind of wave 1, wave 2, retest this. If we get inside the channel, this is channel, you see what I mean, this one here and this one here, that's a channel. We break above this channel, come back, retest it, kind of like a slowly jump, but there is gonna be a hole to go back down inside. Probably we're gonna be testing this high 25 again. I expect 25,600, sorry, 2550. Probably it's gonna back down to 61% Fibonacci for the discount, 61% discount I call it. So we're probably gonna come back down here, consolidate a little bit until we can see kind of any news to keep Brexit going. But I expect it to test the bottom of this channel. If we come all the way 50% of the channel, if I just get 50% across, just to draw that for you, that's the middle probably. Like my hand drawing is not that great. If you come here and break that 50%, is gonna play, and we're probably gonna be touching the bottom of the channel. Maybe we could break it. I don't know what the outcome. I don't know what's outcome of Brexit. Is as I said, is moving with Brexit at the moment. Bound, all bound bears. So if we get inside the channel, you know that we high probability we're gonna trade lower. Okay, we kind of like protecting this channel. We still need to show some positivity. If we see another Monday green here, then one red to break really deep inside the channel is gonna be like a discount for the short people, because I don't see any good news coming sooner to the bound. All this move because two people talk to each other, with Bojo and Ireland Prime Minister. They had a meeting, and that since that meeting become positive, I say, yeah, maybe we can do a deal. You see what happened? Over 1,000 bips across. I'm like, if I just take it from that day to that day, that's 800 on bound USD. But on other pairs is in almost 1,000 pips. So I have like 6 pairs I trade. 6,000 between, say 4,000 pips in 2 weeks. I mean, like, you just buy off this news and let it run. Okay. And I said that, did say before, 130 on the table, it will come back up here very quick, very surprised, because as soon as we have the same status as previously it was 130 when we have like some certain good news, 135 when we have some really solid news, like, okay, we have some deal, Parliament agree, Euro agree, we have a green light to go ahead with it, then we can see the pound up to 135.40 on dollar. But that didn't happen. That's kind of stuck in the way now. As long as it's gonna take, it's gonna keep the pound kind of like losing momentum and come back and play in this area a little bit. Probably it's gonna spike down quickly and make a wick like here and continue way back up. Okay, expect it. If that we see that downtrend is going to be a downtrend afterward. Maybe we'll come back down 6%, come back up here. As you can see, I drew the future of it, but don't take that for that's what's gonna happen. That's just my view in the future. For if we have a 3 months, probably during the 3 months we're gonna play that role, and then we will see move up or continue down. We will see. Okay, it depends on what the market is gonna do. Where we are now, we are on wave 3, and we consolidate here. I expect it to come back, retest this high, these lows here. Expected to test it. Probably it's gonna break it 78%. If really no good news, then we'll test that trend line. Then we can see some kind of like stay on the wall here a little bit. Could break lower or spike higher. As soon as you see that price action is green, the day is green, solid, stayed like this one here, then you know that we are U-turning and we're going back up. You don't see that confirmation price action, you stick around until you see what's gonna happen. Okay, see you next day. You don't have to trade this bear particularly. Okay, alright, moving on. Euro pound is the same story, but this is the other way around. Short is shorter trades. To be honest, I'm long here somewhere in this area. I expect this one to hold, but it didn't. It went down a little bit here, but I expect it to come back up. Euro start to show some strength, and see that blue line, that's the resistance and support. I expect it to come retest it. Probably will be exiting my long. Then after that, stand by to see where this bear is gonna go from here. If it's gonna continue to wheel down, if the bound is becoming strong, then we will see that bear is gonna retest this area, come back down. If it's not, continue back up here, try to challenge these areas, because as you can see, this is very strong support. If you look back a little bit more, we are in a strong support area here. Could maybe go down a little bit lower, test that trend line. Overall on the weekly, as you can see, flag pattern probably going to be down here and break higher. High to where? That's mean bound is getting really weak. That's mean we don't have Brexit deal and we leave no deal. But this pair overall really sideways overall. So since 1993, that's for the history of Forex. Let's see the range, 4,100 pips. That's how much that pair moved from the beginning of Forex. So maybe before that, but from the data I can see from 93 up to today, only moved 4,100 pips. That's nothing. Okay, that's even lower than USD yen, I believe. So here we go. That's the weekly. We saw the last week is green, but it's gonna be back up here to the previous week. Try to test that 50% of the weekly, and that's the benefit of viewing the weekly, guys. Okay, so if you look at the weekly, like that really strong push up. That's when euro was strong last year. I think it's France general election or something. I'm not sure what it was. Anyway, it was, the bound was really weak. Then after that we get a certain point here, which is the previous high. We just broke it by a few pips and U-turn. Same story here. That's previous high, come back, retest a few pips and the U-turn. Play a little bit here, try to make a new low high, then make a high, come back down here. We are on a critical area on the weekly, daily. So I expect that to hold here, and it did show some of what I'm talking about on Friday. It did actually hold well. Even down was just like up and down this area. Let's see. This is it. Let's see. That's the point here to hold. I'm not going to talk about the whole range. I'm talking about where the last spikes and here. So let's say just is gonna pop down here, which is about let's see, up to here. For example, next week if you come back retest the low of this, another 150 pips you can push down if it's gonna be a wick like this one. Like, come back up, look at that big test down and continue up and push more down to take all the stop loss for people that trade this time frame or the daily or whatever. But the benefit of looking at daily, weekly, daily, so you just start monthly, daily, weekly, every single day to know where we are. Okay, I know where we are in London, but sometimes if you go to another country, you look like what this country is. You need to view the map, and when you view the map, you see where we're standing. We are at the bottom of a very strong place, so don't keep shorting the bound for like expecting it's gonna break down and go. Really, it can hold here because this pair is between UK and Europe, and it's almost like they don't move much, but it's very very good. The payout is really great if you short it or long it, so it's up to you. It doesn't really move much. Okay, moving on. Now in yen is the same story. Last 2 weeks you can see really strong and positive, then we're coming back down. Go to the daily consolidation area, consolidated area, and I expect yen. That's my previous TB, and I said it's gonna smash here, and it did indeed. I didn't change. I only changed bound drawing because I was like looking for it. So let's see what we can do from here. Okay, we get the 200%. So 100% from that move is really strong move, you know. If we tested that up to here, 1,100 pips in 2 weeks. 1, 2. No one knows what's going to happen next because the market mostly moving on news now. Anyone have anything wanted to say to the world? You just tweet it, and he can move everyone account. He can clean everybody account, or he can make other people richer than others. So no one knows unless someone know in advance what Trump is going to say. I guess Trump, who is the only one, can say what he want to say, or Bojo, or any a leader of a country or a government. He have the power to just do anything from his office, sitting on a chair, sitting on the beach, whatever he's doing. He can make one tweet, one Twitter, and he can destroy or make people richer or poorer. So that's the market. That's the consequences. That's the behavior of forex. So I know that the hedge funds guys, when they say the forex is gambling, they don't really trade forex unless they want to hedge their stock. So you guys trading very high risk business. Forex is like a gambling, exactly, it's true. But if you know what you're doing, you can really make good money out of it. But if you think that something you can swallow and easy, think twice, because it's not that easy. As you can see in 2 weeks, 1,000 pips. If you hold in short, you're gonna be burned already. Okay, if you don't do your money management correctly, you're gonna be burned over here. Okay, and I did mention before that I expect that move to be 140. It did actually to 141 and a half. Okay, it did the extra mile. I said that always forex, don't take it for granted. It's gonna stop here. No, it's gonna go extra 150 bips. So I said here like 200 bips, but that was my line in the sand. So that's where you exit. Look at this here. He knows that the trader, that the big sharks, they know that there's a lot of people waiting here, bending orders to short it, and they leave their stop maybe somewhere here. Look at that. If I am bending orders, I say 100 pips stop loss, I will be out in the market already. Okay, so that's where stop A, stop B is gonna stop here, but it can go a little bit further. It doesn't want anyone to be profitable. That's the system of forex. Okay, it's a gambling, it's a casino. Okay, it doesn't want you to win. You can't win in forex unless you know what you're doing. Okay, you do your money management and you do like I'm doing here, and you just say, okay, from the previous experience, I know that it's not gonna stop here. It's gonna play here. It's gonna go higher. It's gonna go lower. Then after that, trigger everyone. So this area is like a bus stop. It's gonna take a while to decide what the next move is. but I expect the next move to be down, because we're probably gonna have 3 months in Brexit uncertainty come back on the table, and most likely, I don't know, I hope not, but I think no deal back on the table percentage wise is like 40% now, because we're coming down to a decision. I hope it's not a trap. That's Europe didn't really decide it yet whether or not they're going to give us a time, even if they give us extra 3 months extension, but it's not going to be good for pound. It's going to be uncertainty back on the table. There's no deal has been decided. Only another 3 months. So where we've been before in the 3 months area here, it was like trending down, and that's the yen push. So I expect that one to come back down to do the normal wave price action. This area probably be lower up to this area here, and let's see. It's all this bear is gonna move in two income, okay? One from the pound news and one from the yen news. I know that yen is gonna get strong, so I expect that pair will be moved faster than pound USD, because yen, the pound yen moving with USD yen, and with both moving down, is gonna push this pair down, and this pair has been calculated by pound USD and USD yen both together. This is calculation. I can't tell you that now here. I can't tell you how it's been calculated, but that's how it's moved. Yen is getting strong. All yen pairs will go down because yen is getting strong. Gold getting strong. Yen getting strong. Okay. Aussie getting weaker because Aussie is connected to stock and China. Okay. This time you should learn all stuff. Do your homework. Do a lot of research. Why is this pair moving? What does that pair? You need to do that yourself. Okay. I can't tell you. That's like, you know, you need to go and work it. Okay, because if you don't, you're gonna lose. Simple. Because you're gonna take them information from me, and you just take it from the right ears to the left ears, and thank you very much. It's like school time. Okay, so you need to go ahead and do your research, and write it down, make a file, Excel, Word, whatever, and fill it up with information, and kind of like keep reviewing it every week at least. Okay guys, so I expect that to come down here. Expect yen to become very strong in the coming days, weeks. Brexit, it looks like it's gonna take some holidays. So Brexit holidays is 3 months. So we're gonna see this pair is moving with the market. It's not gonna move with the Brexit unless something come up in between. But I expect 3 months up to January, February. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Still, I don't think we're not gonna leave in the end of the month, which is next week. I don't think we're gonna leave at this time, but the problem is, I think that if Euro fed up with us, you could tell us there's no extension, nothing, and you're gonna leave without no deal. We're gonna see the pound here. You're gonna see the pound just dropped here at these levels. Okay, that if it's no deal, pound will come back to the previous lows, kind of like big spike down. Probably is gonna pack like 25 to 30% up and continue to way down. Okay guys, so I recommend that you trade wisely. I recommend that you trade small on downside or upside, because we don't know if it's gonna keep going down or it's gonna keep up. Okay, just see where is the next stop. This is the next stop. If you short from here, that's your next stop. That's your exit line. Stand by, see if it's gonna go lower. Don't jump in again. You could just go a little bit extra. Okay. Let me just measure that quickly. Let's see. 61%. It's not significant area, but this is significant area. So I say, let's see. Okay, we just put it here in between these two lines. I'm gonna stand here. Okay, about 61%. As you can see, 61%. Then we could do higher or low. Higher, low. Okay, unsure yet. So stand by for this. Still unsure where this one wants to go. If it's gonna break a new high, new ground. Let's see. Looks like we are in trend. You already broken about, we are about 70 some percentage of this trend itself. If I get Fibonacci from here to here, we're about 61%. So expect to come back to the 38% and continue up. Where to go to? 1618 is a significant area. As you know that Forex moved the extra mile, so it could come up in between these two high lows. So we could back up to 147. It's gonna do another wave down and continue up. If I'm wrong, it's gonna do this, make higher low and break that low. Okay, that's gonna happen probably by the end of this year. So let's see. I'm gonna leave my drawing like that. Let me just leave it close by. This is too far in between this. Let me just put it back as it was. Here you go. That's to the right in the middle of this range. That's the extra mile they do. So if I put it by Fibonacci, it's gonna be lower. But I expect it to go all the way 148, 147, 148, 150. That's if we have a deal on the table, or something solid, something has been done, agreed, been from both sides, from both A and B. Okay. All right, guys, moving on. Same story here. As you can see, all band pairs moved with the pound news. So this pair is connected to the stock. I expect the stocks to become positive before the election time. So I expect this pair to make another wave down. So this pair is definitely gonna go down, but it's not gonna move. If the stock is strong, that's mean yen is weak. That's mean pound is strong. Okay. So I expect that one is gonna play here. Maybe break high a little bit, break the low a little bit, and start to play here until pound become weaker, more than Aussie. Then we'll continue down. Same story as pound pairs. Remember that I talked about this. It's gonna break the two pound, and then indeed break the 2 pound, and we stuck to here and we come back down. I know that New Zealand is strong for a few weeks back, but pound override the strength of the bear. Probably a lot of people been killed here if they were short from here and expected that to go lower. It didn't. By surprise, as I said, it broke and brought a lot of people out now. But you know, if someone get out now, it's like not the right time to short it. Maybe they did switch gears around this high. So it went up here. We broke the Fibonacci high. That's the 0 line, isn't it? Yeah, we broke that high, but we didn't stay above it, and we kind of like pulling back now. I don't know how long that's gonna take. I did actually reach my target here. There's an extra mile, as I said. So probably gonna do a wave up here and continue down. Let's see. That's on the daily. Impulsive, as I did mention before to you guys, did actually go. Look where it go. 60, 69, 70%, say. And between the 61 and if you broke the 50% Fibonacci, that's when it can go lower or high. It depends what is your position. Now if you break that, we continue. We look at between 61% to 78%, where this zone you want to see price action, the small time frame, we're going to take you higher or not. Obviously this is one been taken by surprise, but you can see that it's been already positioned itself 2 days before, and the third day we broke the previous day opening and the high, and we'll continue. It didn't take by surprise. It actually was a price action showing very well this impulsive move. So yeah, market Forex is very tricky, but you need to go back and you look 4 hours. You can see really strong 4 hours covering all the previous few days, and so on and so forth. Hourly, that's a sideways. See that 1 hour, 2, 3, rest. 1 hour, 2, 3, rest. The whole day. Trick everyone, come back, take on everyone out, and continue back up. That's the price action here. Anyway, moving on. Now cat is stronger at the moment. There's a lot of stuff here need to be cleaned. So cat is strong, bound in bullback mode, and weak. I can say that because Brexit and all stuff. I'm not going to repeat myself, but I expect we went inside this channel or this trend line we broke earlier this year, come back up, retest it, or broke it, come back below it. Okay, it can come back up a little bit here and continue down because CAD is strong, oil is strong. Oil is strong, CAD is strong. Okay, same as pound. If you have a good news of pound, it's gonna move with pound, but not faster as before because this pair is strong. This CAD is strong a little bit, and pound is not gonna be the same speed as if yen weaker, then pound is gonna fly. Pound yen is gonna fly. If pound is strong, yen weak is not the same as pound strong and CAD is strong. Okay, I don't trade this one. I did mention before euro is getting strong, and I said that low is very interesting. We kind of played a little bit here, consolidated area, we break lower, track everyone, come back up. Previous high broke, previous high broke. We are below that one now. That's normal to see impulsive rest, impulsive rest, impulsive rest. Okay, even my last drawing I said here. But firstly, you know, forex, it doesn't just come here and stop. You have to go deeper and continue. In all pairs, you're gonna see this dip. It's like a finger. Like, here you go, guys. I'm going back up. So that's how I see it. And you can see here, nice impulsive wave, wrist wave 2. Impulsive is gonna be high a little bit. We'll go back to 12, and after that, I said on the long term, we going back in. We going back in here. We're going back to break that trend line. Come back to me like 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern here, and we'll go back and we'll do this and we'll continue down. We're gonna test 135 again. I don't know. We'll see. I know a lot of people say there's nothing positive out of euro, but if dollar getting weak, you're getting strong, obviously, regardless. Okay, because here it's euro USD. USD getting weaker, euro is taking the credit for it. Euro is getting weak, USD taking the credit for it. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna move on quickly to the news. Next week, I'm only gonna show high impact NFPs this week. So good luck all. Let's see overall what we're looking at. Start on Monday. We have two high impact Draghi speech and US. Then after that, as you can see, yen, US, Aussie. This is like a mixed bag. Canada as well. Euro. So Europe is more. As you can see, high impact news more, and NFP at the end of the week. So I think euro, nothing for pound. I don't see pound at all. High impact or medium. So nothing for pound. That's clear the line for me that pound can go lower. We don't have any news high impact to move the pound up or down, but Brexit news, and pound is going to be standby moving with the market. Okay, guys. As you can see that the whole week dominated by Europe and Canada. US yen is got only one, and Aussie got only one. I don't see RBA here. Okay, let's see. It's overnight, so I only look into London and New York session. Asia session, I don't really trade it much unless it's some big news. I will be staying up for this, but we'll see. And don't forget to go to Financial Juice. Here you go. Financial Juice is very nice. I did mention that before in my videos. It's live news. You got live feed audio. You got tech strike price of S&P 500. It is very useful for risk off and on. You will know it when you listen to it. And yeah, also I wanted to mention to you guys, everyone, I'm gonna probably be doing a live session in London. I'm gonna run a test for 2 hours on Monday. Probably gonna get notified that I'm having a live trading going on. I'm only trying it out, see how it goes. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be something on a regular basis, but I will give it a go for 2 hours run on Monday. Probably I will be starting at between 8 and 9 o'clock. It's not particular time at the moment, but we'll see. I've got all the equipment ready. and I did run test on Friday, and it looks like it will work fine. I will not be showing my trades. I'm gonna be only um, giving you signals, live signals of the market, live action, price action. And you can leave. There's gonna be a chat box, and you can give me a question or whatever, and I will answer it to you. I was gonna be like live for 2 hours only to see how it go, and maybe I will be doing that every day. I'm not sure. I need to spare some time, but I'm gonna be only running 2 hours to 3 hours. I'm not gonna be talking all the time like I'm talking now. I'm gonna be like leave it running, and if there's any opportunity come up, I will talk about it, and I will say why I will long here or short here. Is going to be on trading view. Okay, I'm not going to show my terminals because that's my client terminals, and my terminals, personal one. I don't like to share how much I'm trading and all the stuff. I only give you the signal. It's all up to you. It's free, and you know, it keep me happy to help other people and all the stuff. I was thinking about that got some paper money on it. I will be putting some signal, live signal here, and let's see. Okay, it's just a trial. I'm not telling you that I'm gonna do that every week or every day. We'll see how it go, because I don't want to promise something and I'll do something different. Just leave it. We will do it on Monday and see how it go. Okay, guys. Okay, have a lovely Sunday, time off, and learn price action is very important. And all the best next week trading, and I will see you Monday. Stay tuned for live feed. Okay, guys, have a lovely week ahead, and talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.